G'day campers and drivers. I'm Jay from Jay and Bash and you're watching Camp and Drive Australia. Unfortunately, Bash can't be with us this trip. He was unfortunately mauled by a drop bear when we were hiking a few days ago. Not savagely, he'll be fine, but it just goes to show that there's some dangers in the Australian bush and we all need to look out for them. You know, you don't just put on your sunscreen when you go out bushwalking to keep the sun off, but you also want to add a bit of Vegemite behind the ears for the drop bears. So we learned two important lessons that day, and that was always put the Vegemite behind your ears, and drop bear stew is delicious. So there's some nice views up from Rubicon Road. I've just come up here just to have a poke around because I've got a couple of hours to burn. There was what looked like a decent four-wheel drive track off to the left, but I'm by myself. Thought, I might just take it easy today and stick to this main dirt road. But yeah, check out the valley down there. Things are looking good so far. I don't know if this so-called power station is from the days of yore or if it's still actually running, but it's down there. Well, campers and drivers, I have arrived at my new destination. It's my mate Angie's place, and she's given me a very good spot with waterside views. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable about this. Should be a nice place to spend a couple of nights. I haven't set the swag up yet. I'm told that reliably that the dogs won't piss on it, but the cats might have a bit of a spray. The Alexandra Timber Tramway and Museum was closed the day I visited, but I'm fortunate enough to know an enthusiastic local who was able to give me an introduction to the historic machinery on site. I will leave a link in the description for the museum. What's this piece behind us?
That's the crane that used to unload all the heavy goods from the train.
Yeah.
And basically unload it, put it onto the goods siding or whatever.
Yep.
Yep, so it's still the original one.
So they would have had several trains here at a time?
No, just always one. So they come, and what they do is they park the goods carrying, stuff, whatever. As they were unloading it, the train would go down, change tracks, go back to the turntable, spin around, and hook up to the other end.
Oh, all right.
While they were unloading it, yeah.
Alexandra was a timber town and made use of rail from the Rubicon to Alexandra and Alexandra to Melbourne to move goods. There was also a passenger service, but with the rise of the motor car and the demise of logging, the railway fell out of service. The museum has kept the history of the railway alive, and they do run steam trains on a local track, so check out their website. I'll definitely be taking Bash here. And it's not just because I want to ride on a steam train. There she is, the camera shy Ange, here at Alexandra Station.
And if you look, one of the tracks is always oily and one's rusty because it always travels in the same direction around the circuit, around the property. But they can only do a certain amount of circuits before they have to turn the engine around.
Right.
So it wears the wheels the
evenly
opposite way because it flanges it.
Yep. What have we got here? Is that a butter churn or something?
Kind of looks that way, yeah. Do you need to make a call?
I do need to make a call, but it's not a telephone call, but we'll get to that when we
But if you look inside, the actual paintwork is how I remember it as a really young kid.
Yep, no, that is the right style. Yep. I think it's been redone.
No, it was restored a few years ago.
But it is definitely the right style because I remember these as a kid as well, and I remember very specifically being at the Royal Melbourne Show and being told if you get lost, go to those phones, and there's a bank of these things.
And even though they were totally like, what were they called? Louisville windows,
Yeah.
But he made a miniature of the whole of the operational sawmill and model settlement of Bushmill Town. It's all in miniature. Like the whole town in miniature. Not Alexandra, but like, where the mill was.
Yeah.
Rubicon,
that is an incredible feat. That must have taken him forever.
Can you see in the next room or not?
No. What was the lapidary club? Was that
So have all of these pieces been donated from people's land close by?
Totally.
Oh, good.
All from the area.
It's better than just rusting away in the field. It can rust away here where we can all appreciate it.
Totally. Yeah.
So what would you say this is?
That there would have been a plant divider. So let's say that stationary engine.
You're talking
like
about this little fella down here.
right? And you had belts going to all different parts of the workshop,
Right.
driving different equipment, even to the point of V-belts. I see, but it would have been driven by one of those engines.
Yep.
And so the engine would have driven, say, on different speeds, and the engine would have been just ticking over slow, but the bigger you went, the faster the machine that you were using at the other end turned.
So that's your gears basically.
Kind of like a gearbox.
Yeah. Still a view of the Alexandra station, but just from the other side. And for the big reveal, there she is. Just sitting here at the Grant Street Grocer in Alexandra, waiting on my first real coffee in days. So cappuccino, here we come.